Good evening and welcome to another episode of Face to Face. Yours truly, Nesta Can. And we have some returning guests into the studio.
Yeah.
The lovely Z, the lovely Kelly, and the sweet sex with chocolate.
Come on, don't do that.
Of a man. Morris Chestnut has nothing on this guy.
You know, they do kind of resemble each other, don't they?
My main man, Caprice.
Oh, you I see what kind of podcast this is going to be.
What's going on, bro?
All right. Okay, Nesta.
All right, guys. How you guys doing?
So far, so good.
Everyone's good?
Yeah.
Everyone's good.
We're first going to start off with you, Kelly. Because last time we didn't get to find out what happened with that story, so we're gonna pick up from there. What's the deal with you and this player from the Himalaya?
Oh, you don't want to talk about it, Kelly?
What's the update?
Did you rekindle that flame, Kelly?
No.
Is he acting up or is he being a good boy now?
Good.
Oh.
Like that.
Okay.
Good. Well, all right. All right. I just, Nesta and I, we were having a conversation. I would love some ladies' advice, seriously, because I'm just going to jump into it, Nesta, if you don't mind, if that's okay.
Go right
with
ahead.
You, sir.
Oh, hear this.
Okay, so the question is, when do you tell the women or / men you are entertaining, when you're single, of course, that you are off the market? What's the rules here? Z, what do you think? Yes.
Well, when do you tell them that you're off the market when you're dealing with somebody? Mm-hmm. When you guys actually come to an agreement, when you guys actually sit down and discuss it, because without what's the word I'm looking for? Without the word, I can't find the word.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's just like, if there's no, I can't find the word, but it's like it's an agreement that you guys have, because sometimes the woman goes through a relationship by herself, because she thinks that she's in a relationship with him, but they never agree that they were going to be a relationship.
There's no conversation.
Okay.
And so it's just like it's one-sided, and then that's when things tend to like be one-sided and it doesn't really work out.
Okay, so now let's say hold on, Kelly. Let's say hypothetically, Nesta was single, right?
You single now?
And
Let's not go there.
and Nesta, he's going around the world doing DJs, women are throwing panties on the stage. It's crazy. He's living a rock star lifestyle. But he finds love. And he decides that he wants to, start a relationship with this woman. So all of the girls that he was quote unquote entertaining now they can't be entertained anymore. When do you tell those girls that you are no longer available to entertain?
When you and the girl that you decided to become an item with, when you guys determine what kind of relationship you are, when you determine the status of your relationship.
So as soon as you find love, as soon as you say, hey, I want to be with you, we are exclusive. Mm-hmm. He has to then go and tell everyone that he was entertaining that he is off the market. That's what you're saying.
I mean, that's the right thing to do.
That's the right
because
thing
if you
to do.
don't tell the women, that he was entertaining, they're going to still think that they can be entertained.
So, okay, Kelly, what do you think?
This story is actually facts about me.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
Get to that.
oh. Okay, Kelly, go ahead.
No, I actually agree.
Okay.
As soon as it's stated, hey, me and you, we're exclusive, we're in a relationship, I'm gonna need you to let everybody else know.
Okay, you said you're gonna need the guy to know, but okay.
Meaning, your question is, when should he let them know?
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So as soon as it's established, that relationship between you and another person, then you have to let them know. So, I mean, me personally, I feel the ones that feel like they have a chance, I think that's a conversation that needs to be had immediately.
Okay.
But everybody else that's don't really mean nothing. I don't mean you got to call everybody, but you could cut them off, or if they present themselves to you, then you say, hey, listen, I can't deal with this situation anymore because of so and so and so. Okay.
I just wanted to know, because there's no realistic. And I've been thinking about this, and it's like you can't realistically go through your phone and like say I'm off the market, and like if you're not on Facebook like that, you're not gonna post.
That's what they want you to do. They want you to post you booed up with her.
No, not
and
everybody.
want you to change a display picture on your WhatsApp picture.
But not everybody's.
I mean,
how many married people out there that status is I'm married and they're still doing that?
That's true.
They don't mean nothing.
But some women, they feel more comfortable with you posting them.
That don't mean a thing.
I've had a couple of females like, why you don't post me? You know, you trying to hide me or something like that.
Yeah.
I just don't like to put my personal business on social media.
Right.
And you know, I'm in the entertainment business. Like when I post, it's just for that.
Right.
You understand? Unless you know me personally, we know each other, we're good friends, then you'll find out who I'm dating.
Right.
You know?
That's understandable. There's nothing wrong with that. However, she got to be secure within herself to understand that.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing. When you establish a relationship with somebody, that should be established as well from the beginning. Hey, this is what I do. I don't normally post this. You know, how you feel about that?
Yeah.
Before you even get into the relationship.
That's
so
true.
for the simple fact that you're in the relationship, there should already be that understanding.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
And that's the case. If anything approach you, you're supposed to handle your actions is what, you know, say how you feel about somebody, not your words, your actions.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine.
So he can't cheat, is what you're saying, because that's showing bad actions.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, yeah.
That's bad. Okay.
I think it's courtesy, you know, to let people know. I think it's like, if you want to clear your conscience, just let them know. Like, listen, I'm seeing somebody right now. And we can't deal with each other anymore. So they're gonna take it how they're gonna take it, but that's not your business, because you've decided that you want to be starting on this clear path with your mate, and that they can no longer be involved with you. So how they take it is how they take it. That's not your responsibility.
What do you think? A lot of women, they always tell men, just tell me the truth, don't lie to me. But when we tell you the truth, it's like you can't handle it. Yeah, I mean, I've noticed that.
This brother preacher. Hold on, you on the map, sir.
I know it hurts, but you know, it's like, you want the truth or not?
I do.
Why do you want to know the truth?
I do.
Some people,
want to know the truth.
some people say, hey, what they don't know won't hurt them. Some people are like that. Just
don't
don't
like
tell me
that.
anything. You don't like
No,
that? You want to know what's going on, so you're aware, you know how to move, right?
I mean,
Exactly.
I respect somebody if they're open and honest. I value truth to the heart, like to the core. I'm the type of person, you could tell me something crazy, wild crazy. I'm like, all right, but because you told me, I respect you more.
Okay.
That's just how I'm built. If you tell me anything other than that, a lie, I got to find out something, can't trust you.
Can't trust you, right?
I can only trust is everything for me. So I can only trust you if you're honest. And if you're honest and say, hey, I got somebody else, I'm doing this, that, and third, it's my decision. You gave me the rights to have my own decision.
Right, yeah.
To stay with you or not.
Right.
Yeah.
It's as simple. Give me my rights. That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Let you have a choice.
Yeah, the choice.
Your
right.
choice is important.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
I agree with that. I don't have anything to add or subtract from that. You were talking about a story though.
Right.
Let's get back to that.
Okay,
Do we have to really get into that?
Before he gets into his story, before you decide what you want to say with your story,
Yeah.
I will say this, you know, when it comes to being in a relationship with somebody, you know, what they do, like you said, is their choice. Okay, so you have to be secure in who you are, you know, to be in a relationship. And if somebody does something, that's their choice. They did it. They have to lay down. They have to think about it constantly, and that's on them.
Right.
You know, but if I find out that's something different, I'm not going to go digging, because usually when you go digging, you find things you don't want to find.
Oh, yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
And everything in the dark must come to the light. Firm believer.
I understand that, like, when you're honest, there can be consequences with that, and you have to step up and, you know, just take that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. So I guess, you know, just to keep your own credibility, just be honest. You know what I mean? It's like, so, because it doesn't really like if even if it's bad, just say it, because I think it's just the best thing to do. But then we move into this, like, what about the lane where, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, where you you don't say something. So you're not necessarily lying, you're omitting. And obviously, a lot of people say that still makes you a liar. But what if you didn't think that a certain piece of information was important to say, you know? What then?
Who are you to decide what's important and what's not important? That's their choice. They decide what's important.
Or then some people say, how come you never told me? You never asked me.
Right.
Some people say that.
Right.
And that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay. Yeah.
So that means that if we're having a conversation and I'm coming out and I'm trying to be honest, I have to then put what I believe. I'm already putting all of my cards on the table, but it seems as though it's a possibility that I may withhold some truth without even thinking it's important. So then I have to put an extra deck of cards out on the table that was like unnecessary. But is it necessary then? Like what? Like help me out here.
Well, if you want to continue covering up your lies,
Right.
No, it's not. It's not.
then so let's avoid all the card decks, the extra decks, and let's just be honest and upfront. Because when you got to cover, you don't have to remember anything when you tell the truth. But when you're lying, you got to remember everything.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, lying is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Depends on what it is. Honestly, I don't expect everybody to tell you everything.
That's what I'm saying.
Detail.
Yeah.
And that's fine. There's some things you want to keep to yourself. That's
Right.
cool. However, if we're talking about you had a baby by somebody else, and that's something that you missed, you didn't communicate.
No, that's
No.
big. That's big.
That's huge.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
huge stuff
Yeah.
is okay. Now you need to tell me this.
Yeah.
However, the little things that you felt that you didn't want to tell me then, but we're talking about something and it came up. Okay, all right, cool. I can accept that. If
Okay.
you're being honest about it in that present time, you know what I mean. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
But the big stuff. Mm-mm.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I guess just be honest and put it all out there.
Right.
Yeah.
People don't know how to be honest.
You can't always be in control of everything. I'm learning this
Can't.
myself. You have to just let things just fall into place.
Right.
You have to, because
I agree.
your conscience will be more free that way. Because you're not controlling. So by you telling the truth and coming forward, you are allowing things to come back to you that will be better,
Right.
maybe unexpected responses you might get.
Yeah.
Very.
So what the saying say, focus on controlling what you can control. That's what they say.
Which is yourself.
Yeah.
Your own
Right.
actions.
Yeah.
So what
Someone
about?
in control.
Sorry. What about the people who don't have a conscience? What do they do?
I never thought about that one.
I'm just saying, like, these people exist. We got to help these people.
Well, do we?
I mean, no, but it's a good conversation.
I mean, if you don't have a conscience, eventually one day, I believe, one day it's going to hit you. It's
Yeah.
going to hit you at some point.
Why you say that?
Well,
Kelly, we know people
at some point.
whose conscience has still to this day
Yeah.
have not hit.
It didn't get
Yeah.
It didn't get. It's still
Probably when
loading.
they're old and wrinkled, no one is there for them.
Oh, when they're.
Yeah, some people just never gonna get it.
I
Some
mean-
people don't care.
Yeah, that's
They just live life like that. Like they just don't.
They don't care. I know a couple of those people, and
It's frustrating.
crazy,
So
yeah.
you might want to distance yourself from those people because they'll drive you crazy.
I'm learning that.
Yes.
I'm strongly learning that. It is a big lesson in my life right now to distance myself from certain people. Certain people just love the negativity. And I feel like if they're not doing good and they see you doing good, they're
Yeah.
like, oh, no. I got to find a way to make sure
yeah.
you down.
saboteur.
What they say, misery love company.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know about y'all, but you need to go. Or we can't talk.
Yeah.
We can't. I can't do it.
But that's crazy. If you're not doing well or you're miserable and you see your friend is doing well, wouldn't you want to be around them to feed off that energy
You
to try
would
to
think.
get yourself out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
You would think so, but
Use
a
them
lot of
as
people-
motivation.
A lot of people are not like that. Like I've had conversations like, "Hey, why don't you do this?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, why would I?" I'm like, "Oh, maybe to help."
Yeah,
better
like,
yourself.
they'll
I don't
complain
know.
about everything, and
Yeah.
then once they're given solutions, it's just like, okay,
No.
they just want to hear themselves complain.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that either.
No.
I don't.
I love when my people are doing good.
Yeah.
Like it does bring a sense of joy, and like I'm like, oh, and I do feed off of that energy because if you win, and then that's why do I have to like complain about that?
Complain about
That's
it,
a
yeah.
good thing. It's a good thing.
It takes a lot of energy to try to worry about bringing someone down and or that hate and trying to plot against them. It's like you take that same energy and just use it into something positive.
Do you think it's just like built into people though? It's just like something they do.
I think it's learned. Those are learned behaviors.
Learned
It has to be.
behaviors.
Yeah, because you don't. I mean, people who are negative, they've probably been in so many situations that have brought them to have that negative mindset,
Yeah.
and so that's how now they view life. Everything they see is a negative. It's a roadblock. They can't do this. They can't do that.
Yeah, I can see
Sometimes
that.
they don't even understand that because
Yeah.
now it's a part of them.
Right. Exactly.
To them,
That's
that's
a very good
normal.
Exactly.
point.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's normal.
They've embodied that.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Change my yeah, that's it. You did it. Podcast done. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to ask you a question because I see you have a ring on your finger, right? I was thinking about this the other day. Why are the divorce rates going up? Like, why is everyone in a rush to get married and then it doesn't last for a long time? It just everything's like divorce.
I think because the idea of marriage is glorified. Because the image of being married is like glorified, like, oh, okay, so we're gonna have the house and the 2 kids and a dog, maybe, you know,
white
the car,
picket fence and all that
the
stuff.
white picket fence, and then they see it, and it's just, I guess it's like hard work for some people, and they don't want to deal with it. But I think that marriage term is what puts a strain on the marriage because now you have to.
She podding today.
Ding, ding, ding. There you go, baby. Because now you have to live up to the expectations of what marriage is supposed to be.
Right.
And so if you're not satisfying everybody else outside of your marriage, then something is not right. That's like keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
You know, you don't rush into that.
Yeah.
But you also can't let that term put pressure on you. It's just a word.
Or some people say, I didn't know what he or she was like until I married him. They say you don't know what a person's like until you live with them. It's like when you guys are visiting each other at each other's house, it's different. But when you have to live with them every single day, it's different.
I can take a crack at that one.
Oh yeah.
I think people get comfortable a lot of times. So like when you're in that courtship stage, everything is like roses and rainbows and flowers, and you're putting your best foot forward, which should be your normal foot. So when you get the title, people start to change. They get real comfortable. Oh, I don't have to chase no more. I don't gotta. I don't have to. What you're basically saying is you're saying I no longer have to be the person you fell in love with.
Right.
Facts.
Wow.
And that's I'm gonna give myself.
Is that an app? I need that in my brain. I'm gonna start dinging you.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like I think people just get comfortable, and that's terrible. You should not, because marriage is work. Marriage is work, so you got to expect. And yes, it could be easier for some people, some couples, but even with those couples, they still go through their challenges, and they still have to like adjust, and that's just what I think. Do you have any thoughts about that, Kelly?
Yeah, it's simple. Keep the same energy.
Keep the same energy.
It's that simple. Just not even just with marriage, but just relationships and just any title changing period. If you start off being genuine from the get, that's the problem with a lot of people. You're going to start off being genuine. If you start off being genuine and build that genuine foundation, you're going to be good. You're going to go through things because everyone is human. You know what I mean? But if you sitting there like, oh, okay, I'm going to be good and do extra that you don't normally do, it's going to fade away eventually. It's going to fade away. And then the person's going to look at you like, so where's my roses? What happened to the dates? What's going on?
Right.
Keep that same energy.
Keep the same energy.
You know what, Kelly?
I think once the title is put on, it's like the expectation is different, because when you guys are just friends and chilling, you don't really look at the small things. But then now, when it's official, it's like, no, you can't do this, you can't do it. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You kind of like watch the person differently, or kind of like, I think once that title is put on, it's like the expectation is different.
Why does that happen?
I don't know.
I'm watching you from the day we met. Hello. I've been watching you from the day we met. Hello.
I've been watching you too. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm something to watch.
But if you guys are just friends, like, friends of benefits, you really can't tell the other person what to do, who they can.
You can't tell them what to do, but you can watch them.
You can watch them,
yeah,
right?
that's true.
But now, once that title is put on, now you could have some say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Then your words hold weight.
Yeah,
A little bit more weight.
I'm learning personally learning. There's nothing much you could really say. You could say like your own opinion, you know, but you can't do nothing much, because at the end of the day, that person is still
gonna do what they want. Yeah, they still gonna do what they want to do regardless. Yeah. And
then it's gonna become like, oh, you're trying to control me and you're trying to change me. That line that everybody gives, and it's like, hey, like, what? Like, what are you talking about? I'm not trying to change or control you. I'm just staying. What's going on here?
Yeah.
That's what people try to come in, and I'm just like, listen. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just too much. Relationships is too much nowadays.
I can throw myself in the fire. I was guilty of that in the past, of trying to change someone.
Oh, me too. I'm so.
Yeah.
You too?
Guilty.
Yeah.
You don't change?
I don't try to
Hey,
change
you seem
people.
like a type. She just go with you just go with the flow, huh?
No, because I know who I am. And so, like, you know, when I'm with somebody, it's just like, you are who you are, and I can't control who you are. I can't change who you are. You're going to have to change yourself when you're ready to change yourself. And it's up to me if I want to put up with it and deal with it.
Yeah, see, I wish I knew that, like, back in the day.
This is something that we learn. We come into those kind of beats.
But why don't the adults teach us this?
They don't know.
They don't know.
I'll say this, you know, like, I didn't, like, when it comes to being in relationships, I never knew how to relationship.
Yeah.
You know, we're not taught how to relationship, but when we watch TV and movies, that's our way of thinking. Like, okay, so they're holding hands like this, and they're kissing like this, and they're so in love.
Conditioned, yeah.
Right. And so we always refer back to these forms of media to give that comparison.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this right, and so it's not like that on TV. You know, so it must be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that's when things just go wrong.
Yeah.
But we learn how to relationship mainly by what we see, like, at home.
And it's not a lot of good examples most of the time.
No, it's not.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. So it's our parents' fault then, right?
I guess
Podcast done.
It's always the parents' fault.
We can just blame them for it,
Not
right?
even that. Most of the time, they're scared of having conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Yeah. Do
About
you
what?
have those
older
conversations with your
folks?
son?
About what, relationship?
I mean, he's what, 13?
Yeah. I mean, I talked to him about, you know, this is how you should treat a girl. You know, when you get a girlfriend, treat her like this, you know, be like this, you know, don't be that way, you know, because I'm a woman, you know, I know how I want to be treated.
Yeah.
And so I want you to treat her a certain kind of way, you know. So I try to lead by example in my being a woman in that way, but I can't teach him how to be a man and how to treat a woman how a man would treat her.
Right.
I can't.
You can only go so far.
Yeah, he's gonna do what he's gonna do regardless later on. Yeah.
But at least you're giving him the tools to see it from a different perspective, and that's helpful.
That part is important.
It works.
Very, very important.
Yeah, so.
But getting back to what you said earlier, though.
Right.
I mean, you gotta live with the person first.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Do you?
You
have to?
Yes.
You gotta live with the person first.
I mean, it's like a surprise. If you don't live with the person, how you gonna know
How they
all right,
chew?
Right. How
How they chew.
Oh, they walk with a lip now. Like, what's
How they
this?
brush their teeth. Like,
Right.
These are all deal,
Why
are
she
these all
gonna
deal
fuck
breakers? Is this a
I ain't
deal
gonna lie to
breaker?
you. The way someone chew is
Is a deal breaker? Really?
Cannot
Wow.
deal with it.
Chew? Really?
Chew with your mouth full like this all the time, talking?
and
No.
spitting and stuff like that.
Just
You
chew
don't-
with your mouth open. Like,
those
I can't.
noises.
You don't like mouth noises and people chewing like camels?
No.
You
I
don't
can't
like-
do it on a consistent basis.
Yeah,
No,
that's how they eat. That's how they
Hell no.
intake food and sustenance.
This is why I can't be with you.
Wait, Kelly, are they like talking while they're chewing?
Talking and chewing, just chewing that
my
way,
God.
that noise.
But
Is just
don't
something.
mostly females do that? I don't really know any guys who do that. Guys do
They
that
be
too?
chewing gum, but not no eating food. No.
Wait,
No.
yeah.
I don't think it's a female versus male thing. I
No,
think
this
it's
is
just
a people thing.
People thing?
Yeah, I think it's a people thing.
Guys do that. I know.
I can't.
I'm thinking about Shanae.
I'm thinking about an African. I don't even know why that came up.
I know.
Hate mail to Z? I don't know.
Forgive me, guys. Forgive me.
Right?
Wow.
Nah, I can't do it. What's one thing that is a deal breaker?
Oh,
for you?
well, I have
deal breakers. We talked about this
So
on,
now I'm gonna put it out there,
episode.
and she don't listen. So one of the deal breakers I had, there was this young lady that I was courting. She had plenty of deal breakers, but one of the smallest deal breakers was her laughter. It was a cackle of some sort. Think late night, raining horror movie cackle. Did I paint a good picture? It was not good. It was like very shrill. It hits the ears in a way where it commands a room.
I'm thinking about Tales from the Crypt.
Okay, let's stay right there. Let's stay right there. And it like every time. So I was afraid. Like we would be on dates, and I would be afraid to make her laugh because I'm very. You know, I'm like, don't notice me. Like, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
So when I say a joke, knock, knock, who's there? Me, who, I don't know. So I say a joke, and then all of a sudden she guffaws, and now all eyes are like, where's that noise coming from?
Wow.
Is that bad?
Where is that?
Oh, wow.
I couldn't.
Did you tell her?
No.
You don't want to hurt her feelings?
No, I didn't. It wasn't enough for me to like. You can't, because I know she can't change her laugh.
Yes, you can.
I mean,
No,
people do.
she can't.
Yeah, but like the core of it is still going to be the same.
So let me ask you,
cackle.
you didn't tell her because you knew nothing's going to happen long term with
I
you
didn't
guys.
tell her
That's
because I didn't tell her because I knew I couldn't change that. There was nothing I could do. That's one of those things like, she laughs like this. That's it. There's no reason to go, hey, you laugh like this? Like that, what kind of conversation is that? Like it wouldn't bear any fruit.
It's awkward.
Yeah, it wouldn't bear any fruit. It wouldn't do anything. So
I agree.
there's no reason to
That's
say
a deal
anything.
breaker.
I didn't like it.
I can't think of a deal breaker, but one thing that comes to mind is women who smoke. I don't know. I can't do smoke cigarettes. Yeah, especially cigarettes. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, only cigarettes?
I mean, anything smoking. Period, but especially cigarettes.
Really? So hookah, weed, none of that?
Now hookah you can get away. I could hookah. Hookah's more like style.
Oh, but not weed.
Weed too. Yeah. I mean, like a smoker, everyday smoker. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
Like a
Yeah.
chain
Yeah.
smoker? Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I
terrible.
don't know why that came to mind, but there's other things too, but I can't think about it right now.
Do you have any deal breakers?
Yeah.
Z?
She has a lot of them.
I can't really think of anything right now. I kind of want to say somebody with a really, really bad diet. Just like who's
bad
not
diet.
conscious of what they're eating and how it affects their bodies. I know I can't control you and your body, but I mean, if we're gonna deal with each other, then
So you won't be seen with a 400-pound man.
it's not really about your weight,
That's what you're
but
consuming.
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know. I don't have any more deal breakers anymore because I don't put up with a lot of shit.
She's
So
gonna be like, you better eat healthier here in the bathroom.
How about you, Kelly?
I'm sorry, Kelly, but I want to say the same thing as you. Smokers, I don't like smokers because I don't like to inhale that stuff.
Yeah.
And I dealt with a guy who smoked cigarettes a lot, and I didn't like it.
The smell, kissing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sticks to your clothes and your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's terrible.
It's a little
And
gross.
your teeth are bad sometimes from it. It's just like, no.
I can't deal with it either.
So instead of the deal breaker, what's the reverse? What's the thing? What's like the first thing that gets you excited? Like, what do you notice? Like, what's the turn on? It's like, oh, okay. Nesta, what you got?
get back to me.
Get back to me.
back to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kelly.
back to, all right, so I'll kick it off. Intelligence.
I was gonna say that too. Sorry.
No, it's fine. No, yeah.
Isn't that like a sapiopath?
Sapiopath. Yeah, sapiosexual.
Sapiosexual, right.
Yeah. So that right there. If we're having casual conversation and you bust out a word like circumlocution, I'm gonna stop you right there. Okay?
Why did I say it again?
I'm gonna
You mean
stop
that kind? You mean that kind of intelligence?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like, or it could be like, we could be like in a deep intellectual conversation. Like, even if we're talking about cartoons, if she like layers it out, like, why, what is this? Or the writers did this, why did they do that? That right there, I'm like, okay.
Right, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And yeah, I love it. I can't take it.
The word part I didn't get, but now I get what you're talking about
Yeah.
in terms of breaking it down. I get to piggyback on what he's saying. So if you could teach me something different,
Ooh,
teach me something new,
That
I
is
love
good.
that. I'm like, wow, I
That's
never knew
nice.
that. So I like a woman who basically opens up my mind.
can show you something.
Show me
new.
something
like-
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
that's-
Yeah, I'm like, wow.
That's all cool. Yeah,
Especially if I feel like you can make me step my game up.
Right.
Like shoot.
feeding off that energy.
Yeah, if you know the energy.
I like that. Yeah.
That's what I like. Yeah.
Oh, is that what she was gonna say?
Take me out my comfort zone.
Right? No, I was gonna say someone that could challenge me.
Right,
in a
right.
positive way.
Ooh, challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Challenge is good. Okay, Z.
Me.
Oh boy, here we go again. Because it's nothing like you guys. I mean, different things turn me on. Information turns me on, but I know a lot. So,
Ooh.
but somebody who can, bring the same kind of, information that I can and teach me something, that's cool too. But it's got to be we meet and everything, and we go out, we do a little stuff, but it's how you're treating me. How you're treating me. It's about you putting me on a pedestal, and how you're interacting with me. The intimacy of our interaction.
Treating me being pampered, or just a little bit more than that?
It's just not being pampered. I think is that like. No.
Pampered is like I'm catering to you. Yeah. I think she's talking about more on a broader, everyday sort of a thing.
Yeah, just like being close, and just like we're close. We share the same feelings, and we can communication. Mm-hmm. Love it. I love it. I love it. All right. But if I'm talking to you and we're not seeing eye to eye, I'm gonna get turned off real quick. Yes. If I know that your thinking is very little and narrow, I'm gonna get turned off real quick.
Yeah,
now, okay, so
and I know we're talking about like what turns us on.
Yeah,
but
that's
now
fine.
I'm thinking about it like narrow-mindedness is coming back.
So what do you mean by eye to eye? Are you just talking like the mind is so small that he can't see the bigger picture of what you're trying to say, or are you saying like he just doesn't disagree? He doesn't agree with you?
Pretty much his mind is too small.
Mine is too small.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I want to attribute that to maybe life experiences, because if you don't have enough life experiences, then you're not going to be able to relate to a lot of things.
That's true.
Because you ain't going to be able to comprehend what I'm saying.
That's true.
You go through a lot, you're able to comprehend a lot more.
Okay.
So.
And you want somebody to keep up, basically.
Hell yeah, you got to be able to keep up.
Well,
hell yeah.
Will to at least try to figure it out and experience it.
Wait,
Absolutely.
I think I can't hear Kelly anymore.
Come on, speak up, Cal.
No, I think her mic just got.
You get it?
You can hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you now.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I just feel like somebody that's willing to learn that can save it at the end of the day, because not everybody have the same life experiences. But if you have somebody be like, all right, well, I didn't experience this, and I'm like, all right, well, let's do this, and they trying to get on board with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then,
Exactly.
As long as you're trying to get on board, then yeah.
So if he shows a little bit of potential.
Yes.
Exactly, right.
And a hunger to
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's do
learn.
this together.
Yes.
And not everyone is perfect,
Right.
but I believe you could be teachable. So
You should be teachable. If you're not teachable, we ain't gonna work. Right?
interesting terminology.
Cece, we ain't teacher, we ain't gonna work.
No,
no,
we're
it's
not.
true. It's true. Because if
Yeah.
you have somebody that's, well, I know this and it should be like this,
No.
and you're not trying to hear like maybe a different path on how to go about the success. I'm trying to listen to you and take a little bit from what you're saying. You gotta listen to me, take a little bit, and let's create a bigger path. We're like, oh, we're about to overcome this.
Absolutely.
You know what?
me.
I used to tell my last girlfriend that, but then now I'm looking at it. I could be that type to be like, no, we doing it this way, doing it that way. So I gotta practice what I preach.
Do you find it hard to compromise?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm working on it.
Is it because you haven't found somebody who's going to challenge you
I
and not just walk away from you when you want to be in control?
I like the challenge. I want the challenge, but I don't think I found the challenge.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
sweat, son.
Ladies, step
Hold
your game
on.
up.
Can I get it back, baby?
Hold on.
Step it up.
Y'all not even
right.
challenging my guys? Come on.
I gotta do better.
Right, that's right.
What you said of the last podcast. We're just giving it up too easy these
Too
days.
easy.
There's no challenge.
It's not.
They leave nothing to the imagination. They put all their business out there on social media and stuff. So when I date them, it's just like I know everything about you. Almost, I don't know.
No
Sorry, I
more.
don't want to digress. People might be watching this podcast, and I might, get a lot of dislikes.
So,
Talk about me.
so let me ask you a question right now, me personally, because
Okay.
I don't post my business like that.
Yeah.
But so for a person who posts their everywhere abouts and things of that nature, you don't feel like there's nothing else new you can learn from that person?
Of
once you
course,
get in a
there's something
relationship?
new. Of course.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, well, you post your business out there, so.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when we meet and we go out on a date, the same things you post and it's the same thing you reveal to me, same thing we talk about. It's nothing new. I don't learn anything new, basically. So
Yeah, there's no conversation.
No conversation.
There's nothing there. There's no substance. The meat and potatoes are already on Instagram.
That's what
You
I
know
say.
what I'm
I'll say
saying?
I'm trying to find a woman with substance. There we go. That's
Yeah.
So.
I'm saying, but a lot of people.
But not to say
I
that
agree.
there anything wrong with them, because I'm not perfect too. I have a lot I have to work on, So
I feel like a lot of us do.
Yeah.
That's a very common thing, but at least you're aware of it. That's a good start. But it seems as though a lot of people nowadays are not multidimensional enough. Like they're just one-dimensional characters. That's it. Just like they have some of them is just looks. It's just looks. Nothing is on the inside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like whatever. It's just that's why I feel like you're having a hard time peeling back those layers because there aren't any. There aren't any. And like a lot of, again, what people post online, can you really believe it?
No.
That's true. That's true.
No, you can't. And I was watching something on Instagram, and oh no, this is YouTube. She said a lot of people compare themselves to that one snippet on Instagram, and they compare their lives to their lives because it looks so glamorous.
Yeah.
And it's the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, and then they base what they're doing on what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, even though they might be doing something better than what they're doing.
I used to do that too. At one point, you feel some way. I gotta get my shit together.
I
Oh
feel
shit!
you.
Yeah, I gotta step my game up.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. No, why am I basing like I'm where I'm supposed to be right now? You know, I gotta focus on. You know, that's why I kind of left social media for a little bit. I had to clear my mind and to stay focused because when you go on social media, you have to have what do you call that, thick skin. You have to be you have a strong mind because you can easily get distracted and be like, damn, everyone's doing this, everyone's doing that.
Right.
You know, I gotta be doing it too. You know, I'm not doing nothing in life right now, so. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can't relate to that.
You can?
No, I
that's
can't.
good.
Yeah, I can't. I don't feel that at all. I just go in and be like, oh, okay, cool. That's what you did? All right, well.
I gotta have your mindset.
I'm with Kelly.
Yeah, I
You
don't.
like that?
I
Oh, you're not a social media guy
You're
anyway.
the opposite.
But I still scroll. Like I still see people. I watch.
Yeah.
I don't. You know.
I don't do that as much anymore, but back then I used to do it. You know, so
I don't have a care.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I used to do that.
Yeah.
I used to do that. I used to get in my feelings about women, mainly women, not mainly the guys, but like the women. I'm like, oh, she doing that, or she look like that, or wow, she doing all of this with her life and stuff like that. And it would put me in like a bad kind of space,
Right.
in a sense. And I would just kind of get my feelings, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to control my social media, and I'm going to unfollow you. Got to control of my social media. You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to be on it, I'm going to use it. I don't want to have no kind of feelings about myself. I don't want to compare myself. So I took control.
Yeah.
That
And
makes sense.
now is what I want to see.
Yeah.
You know?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
yeah.
That makes sense. Nah, I always
You
have a
haven't
tough time.
experienced that?
No, I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, it just is what it is. To me, it's just pictures. Oh, you had fun. Oh, okay, cool.
Right.
That's it. When people say, I'm about to, what is it called? Discontinue, or when they go off their social media for a little bit, but they don't delete it, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And I don't understand, like, why do you need to do that,
right.
in order to function? Like, what are you not functioning about so much? It's hard for me to get on that level and to understand them. Like, it really is.
Yeah.
But I do understand people need breaks sometimes. They just want to separate themselves from the social media because it's too much. It's toxic.
When they say everything that glitters is always gold, so or everything you see on social media is like.
It's real.
Even though people always put the good stuff, you know, it's no one ever puts whatever they're going. It could be something small like, I woke up today, guys. Look what I got. I got a ticket. It doesn't have to be crazy. You know, my day's starting off bad. I got a ticket.
I'm deleting your ass. I don't want to follow you.
Really? You don't want to see that?
I don't
Now
want to
that
see
y'all
that.
say it like that, like I get it a little bit because I could post a picture about my business.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, okay, a couple of likes here and there. Oh, cool. It don't change my mood, but I peep it. You know what I mean? But I could post a picture from vacation, 100 and something likes.
I
They're
told her
watching
that.
you.
I told her that.
They
Yo,
love it.
look, I told him that one time.
I'm a he.
When I used to go, sorry. When I used to go traveling a lot, when I was doing my thing touring with the DJing thing touring, I would get so many likes and comments on all these crazy places I used to go, right? But when I post something with, like, let's say charity, I'm doing something for the kids for charity or something in the community, they don't care.
Yeah.
No comments, no.
How did that make you feel?
That made me realize that I don't really have like true supporters.
Facts.
I don't have true supporters. And I tell people, I said, just because I have the followers, that doesn't mean I have supporters.
Right, absolutely.
Like, people say, you have all these followers. Yeah, but no one supports me.
Right.
You know?
You know what? Yeah.
When I'm trying to get everyone to come together to do something in the community, no one's willing to do it.
Right.
Right.
Unfortunately.
You know? But when I used to travel, I used to give out, tickets to concerts and this. Everyone's hitting me up and a whole bunch of likes and stuff. I don't have true supporters, so
those are people that you don't want to. You don't want to involve yourself with those kind of people.
Yeah, so it's just all. It's just all the hype. I said, don't look at the numbers. People have so many followers. Don't look at it.
But it's hard not to, because that's what people care about now.
True.
The more crazier you are on social media, the more numbers you're gonna get. That's just so it's hard to say don't pay attention to the numbers.
Well, you know what I meant by that. I didn't mean don't pay attention to it, but sometimes you have to.
Oh, you yourself don't pay attention. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, in general,
okay.
I mean, you could pay attention to it, but just because someone has a whole bunch of followers, that doesn't necessarily mean,
that's true.
Even like
yeah, right.
That's very true.
Your haters watch you too.
Your haters watch you too.
And those are the ones that's normally clicking that like okay.
Really?
The haters,
the likes, so
number one supporters. Number one supporters.
They're mad that you're doing good, but they're gonna like it anyway.
They're gonna like it.
What is that?
What?
What is that? What is that? Why do people do that?
I was trying to figure out too. I mean, I thought if it was a dislike button, there'd be more to click the dislike button than the like button.
Than the like button.
But maybe she does have a point. It seems crazy, but
it's nuts, right? Doesn't make any sense.
Stay next to you. Those are the ones. I'm like, I don't care.
Are they doing the keep your enemy closer thing?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
On social media?
Thank you, Z.
I was thinking the same thing.
Right.
It's true.
It's bonkers. It doesn't make any sense.
They say that the ones that you think are your friends are the ones that you have to watch out for, and the ones that are your enemies are the ones that probably later on you could.
So that means all of you guys right now could possibly be my enemy?
Yes,
right.
sir.
Listen,
that's what I gotta say.
Got you in the back, baby.
For so
you guys are very supportive. You guys are very supportive. The only person I can trust now is Z. So just want to know you've ruined our relationship.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
What do you guys think about it? The shooting that happened in Minneapolis?
Callie?
I don't know if you guys want to go on change topics and talk about that.
No, that's fine.
Deep in the feelings type of.
I'm actually not as aware because
I wasn't aware of it. I heard about it. I don't know the details.
Yeah, I don't know the
details
either.
of it.
Z, you know anything about it?
Well, a little bit. I mean, not too much because I try not to get involved. I try not to put energy towards situations like that.
Yeah.
Because we just bombarded by those things.
Yeah,
so we don't need any more of those things.
And it's like so much happening, isn't it?
So much.
Yeah. It's just a war right now on your spiritual right now.
Yeah.
And this is how they're doing it. They're shooting us.
Okay.
They're shooting them.
So let's change it. How about the vaccine, the Johnson & Johnson, doing the blood clots and people?
Told you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm peeking. I'm sorry.
You were wrong for that one.
good.
But I know people that took that one. So wait.
You took the Johnson & Johnson?
You took it?
Excuse me? Oh, I'm offended. That's profanity.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
use that
I know
language.
it's her like that.
I didn't know.
Don't you curse at Z.
Some people's jobs.
She's a guest.
Yeah, some people's jobs. I thought MTA made you take it.
No, it's voluntary.
Oh, okay.
For now.
Because some jobs said I had to take it. It's my job. A lot of nurses and stuff, most likely in that
And
field.
look what's happening to them. And like you said, I hate to say I told you so, but listen.
I don't hate it.
What? If you got to do your research on these things, and I'm like, I post this on my IG all the time. I will fight for my fellow human until the day that I die.
Yeah.
Because I'm walking in my divinity when I talk about these things, and I'm fighting for you guys, and I want to inform you guys because you need to know, and that's what they're not telling us on the media. They're not telling us what we need to know. They're telling us what they want us to know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and it's not fair. So
It's not-
hell no, I
it's
get
not.
that jab, that injection.
That jab.
That jab.
But I think they're trying to make it where if you don't get it, you're not going to be able to travel certain places.
that's
now.
coming.
They're trying
You
to
know
make
that's
it very
coming.
Scared of
harder.
that.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
that's
you know
coming.
it's
Scared of
coming,
that.
and it's going to be the same thing when it comes to jobs too. Eventually, so listen,
I didn't even
especially with
think of that.
hospitals, nurses, things of that nature.
So what do we do?
You know,
Exactly. What do we do?
There-
Go ahead,
No,
Kelly.
go ahead.
No, because I can talk, girl. So go ahead. Let's hear your
help
ideas,
me.
Kelly.
What do you do,
Help
Kelly?
me. What we do?
just make me lose
So
it.
what's that?
Okay.
Well, I'm going to talk and you can jog your memory as I speak. So, I mean, what can we do about
Yes,
it?
what can we
Because
do?
we are the people, we are the conscious, we are the collective conscious of this whole entire world, this whole entire earth plane we are. That's from here to Australia to Canada to everywhere. We're all connected by the conscious. And so, but we just have to take action. We can't sit back and wait for the next thing. What we're going to do next given to us by the media.
Right.
This is what you should do next. This is what we're going to do now. We got to take action. We got to do the opposite of what they're telling us to do. And so when it comes to the plane and how Kelly said, yeah, they might make us do that. Who? And aren't we the ones who support these people? Aren't we the one who makes their bank the way it is?
Yeah, that's a good fact.
What I'm saying?
But I feel like we don't come together enough.
There needs to be unity.
As a body, right? There's no unity, and without that unity, how far are we really going to get?
Unity.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. But for us, black and brown people, that's one thing. But this involves everybody in the entire world.
That's true.
There's a lot of light workers out there.
Right.
You know, and I think before it gets too late, I think that, you know, things are going to be okay. I think that people are going to come to what is happening, what's going on, and I think that, you know, that something going to click. You know, I think that. That's my opinion.
I mean, I have that thought every time election come around too.
Do you vote? Do you vote, Kelly?
You vote?
I do. But we say that all the time. We're going to come together as people. And then there's a disappointment at the end of that line. Yeah. You know, we don't come together. When you look at the numbers that they show us, it's just like, what's going on here? You know, didn't you feel it the most? Why are you not together? Why are we not doing this as one? And it's a shame at the end of the day. I feel like I don't like having certain conversations, and I don't watch the news as often as people say that I should, because one, it's depressing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And
I'm like the
two,
same.
right, I don't need to feel that energy all the time.
Yeah.
It's not doing anything for me personally right now.
Yeah.
And two, I feel like if we're not talking about change and getting ready to do an actual action, I don't need to have this conversation right now.
Right.
Yeah,
That's just how I feel about it.
It does seem like we're always reacting to something, right? Something negative. There's very little pushes forward. You know, like, you understand what I'm saying? It's just, there's no
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not getting anywhere.
Right. It feels like we're running in place a lot.
We're emotional. Like, we, black and brown people, we operate on our emotions.
Yeah.
You know, we're driven by our emotions. That's why they put the stuff in the news, because we're going to react to it.
Yeah.
And so once they see that we're reacting to it, they got us where they want us. And it's the same thing with the so-called Asian hate thing, right? That was put into the media to react, and you see what's happening, right?
Yeah.
I dropped the bus in Flushing, in Main Street area, and they had like a protest thingy over there, and so I'm like, yeah, the media, they got what they want because they're reacting to what happened.
They sure did.
Right, so they know what to do. Yeah. They got the keys.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
So who do we trust?
Yourself.
Like, where do we get our information from? Who do we trust? Because it's not, dare I say it, the government.
No.
CNN.
Yeah.
Don't watch that.
Or any of the,
Trump said.
In the words of Trump, right?
Like,
Exactly.
who do we trust? Who do we turn to? What do we do?
I just pray on it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the only thing you could do.
That's all you could do
at this point.
Just got to keep talking to people.
Yeah, education.
Yeah, educating people, talking to people, and maybe it'll click. You know, but don't think that your words, if you are talking to people, don't think that they're falling on deaf ears. I'm spiritual. I consider myself spiritual. So if their conscience, if their waking mind is not getting it, you better believe their subconscious is picking it all up.
Yeah, but to rely on someone's subconscious is just, it's nice to think about, and it's nice that it happens, but does that stir change in that person? Is it enough?
You're planting a seed.
Yeah, I understand that, but it takes time to grow. So is that the point? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's the point. It's the catalyst.
Okay.
We don't know what the catalyst is going to be for that change in that individual.
That's true.
I mean, I think it's only our job to plant seeds. It's your job to water it.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel.
Ding, ding, ding.
They came to party.
They came to party today, right?
Part 2, baby.
Came to water
Okay.
it. Kelly.
Kelly's on point today.
Nah.
Wow.
Life is crazy. I mean, I be looking back. I'm scared to even have more children nowadays. Scared.
How many children you have, by the way? Uh-oh.
Ooh, how
Other
many?
kids?
No, but I say.
Just three.
Oh, 3?
You have 3 kids?
3 kids?
Really? Oh, wow. Okay.
How old are they?
Let's see. One is 15.
Hold on, wait. How old are you?
That's what I'm trying to figure out the age from there. That's what I'm trying to do.
I mean, you don't have to reveal your age, though. A lady never
She's
tells me.
40.
Not yet.
Drug it.
Not yet. Let's not remind me. But one is
That a 15-year-old.
Yeah, one is 15.
Wow.
The other one is 2, and the other one is about to be 4.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
Oh.
How many boys? How many girls?
One boy, he's the youngest. The rest of them is girls.
Oh.
Wow.
Boys are the best.
I beg to differ.
Oh, sweat.
Oh, really?
I love my son to death, but these kids could be crazy now. These kids could be a little crazy now. I love them to death though.
I don't know.
So you done, Kelly?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Is it because of the world?
yes, it is. Mainly because of that.
Yeah.
I'm literally terrified for my kids growing up, and especially, God forbid, not being here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just watching the world as they don't take care of each other. They don't care for each other. And just, what are they holding on to? There's nothing here. It's nothing.
Do you feel that way, Z? Do you have any worries about your kids growing up and what kind of world it's going to be?
I want to say yes and no because I do instill. I try to instill good values into my son. I try to talk to him about. I talk to him about what's happening, what he may encounter, the kind of world that we live in, how black and brown men are treated out here. You might be treated like that too. But I worry, but I don't really worry too much. It's not something that causes me to lose sleep at night.
So what makes you not worry?
What makes me not worry?
Yeah.
Because a lot of things that I say, it just comes from a spiritual standpoint.
Okay.
So when I say, I worry, but I don't worry too much because if it's in his cards, then it's going to happen.
Destiny.
Right.
If it's in his destiny, then it's going to happen. If not, then it's not. Because your experience might not be my experience.
Right.
And a lot of people base their other people's experience on if that's going to happen to them.
Right.
And so that prevents them from doing certain things.
Right.
And it hinders them from doing certain things.
Right.
And you can't live life like that. It's not a good way to live life.
So you believe in whatever's meant to be will be.
Yeah.
I do, almost, because you do have actions. You are in control, and I teach him that, you have choices. You make your own choices and decisions. So someone can influence you to do something, but you don't have to do what they want you to do. True. These are the choices that you make, which is going to carry to you where you either want to be or you don't want to be. And I remind him of that. You have choices. So if you don't want to get stopped by the police or whatever, then don't put yourself in a position to have to get stopped by the cops. Or if they do stop you, then just make sure that you're prepared for when they do. And whatever you do, you make that choice. You have to live with that choice. And that cop got to live with that choice that he made. But ultimately, what can you really do to protect your children? Because we can't shield them from everything outside in the world.
Right.
Can't.
You can't, because they have to grow into who they're going to be.
True.
So,
I hear a lot of parents say that they're very scared for bringing more children into this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my views on that is if I have more children, then I know what I'm going to do next time for my kids. Mm-hmm. When it comes to, the system, the school system, and, the vaccines that we got to be pumping to the kids, because I'm coming from a powerful place now, from what I know, right. And I'm educated. So I know what to do going forward, right. If it happens to come, if more kids come my way,
right.
But I'm not afraid of that either.
I guess it's more so the mindset of us growing up in a time so where we could go outside and we can play and we don't have to worry about a vaccine just to survive, or mask this, or you know what I mean. And just for my son, just seeing my son growing up with this mask situation, he's young.
Was
the
2-year-old?
Oh, wow. He's young. He didn't really experience anything. He's not outside like that. Yeah. I'm personally not going to take him to certain places. So now he's losing out on things that I felt like he should be experiencing at this time for his age. Yeah. So that's what I mean by, I don't want to bring another child if this is what they got to go through.
Like what's his generation look like?
Right.
In a couple of years.
Yeah, what they're doing to these kids now is criminal. Yeah. It's criminal, because I can take my son to the store. I'm not really big on wearing a mask, but
anti-masker.
I'm an anti-masker, baby.
Oh, sweat. Controversy.
Stop it. Because we're humans, like, my views on this virus is completely different, and I don't want to impose them on anybody. However, when it comes to the mask thing, it's changing the children, and I see it in my son because, I went into CVS yesterday, and, I didn't have my mask on, but I know they don't say nothing to you if you walk into the store without a mask on. They don't really, I don't know if they care, but they don't say nothing to me. And he didn't have his mask, and I said, come on, Majesty, come on. He said, no, I don't want to go because I don't want them to say anything to me. Wow. So he was afraid. Wow. Like, he didn't want to go into the store anymore. He was afraid. He was afraid. Yeah. And I know it's making the children anxious. Yeah. It's putting them in fear. Yeah. They don't want to be judged. Right. They're scared right now. Yeah. And and it's going to be a lot of work going forward to get these kids unscared.
Yeah.
So
the play dates
and the babies
in the park with each other, just that interaction that they need.
Yeah.
And it helps with development too.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
So they're missing out on all of that.
Facial expressions.
Right. You work as a parent, so it's just like now that's being cut down even more. Especially me personally. And I just feel some type of way.
Yeah.
I honestly do. His fun is going to the backyard. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's very unfortunate.
He haven't really been anywhere. That's it.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Miss the childhood,
A whole birthday, and I'm big on birthdays, so his birthday is being inside.
Yeah.
Doing nothing much.
I know a lot of kids last year when they had the graduations, the senior prom and stuff like that, things are pretty big. That hurt them.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
So
look forward for that. It's a big deal.
I mean, down on that.
Yeah.
So,
Nesta, I meant to ask you, how do you have any illegitimate kids?
Not that I know of.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I was DMXing it, but I don't know of any kids.
So, like, the real question I ask is, do you want kids?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, are you comfortable with bringing a child into a world like this?
I would say yeah. I think it's because I really want it, but then what you guys are talking about makes me think like, I gotta think twice.
Don't let us change you.
No, you're not. But I'm just trying to say it does make you think a little bit more.
Girl or boy?
I wanted a boy at first because I don't want to deal with the whole,
No, say it.
But now I want a girl now. I want a girl now.
Good luck.
You want a girl now?
Yeah. I didn't want a girl at first because we men always got to get the shotgun out, worry about the guys coming over, her getting pregnant and all that kind of stuff. And we know what we did.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
You plead the fifth. Plead the fifth.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I guess a lot of guys figure like you'll be cursed with a girl because a lot of things that we did to women, someone else is going to do to our daughters.
This is why you got to get it right.
I know.
This is why you got to get it right.
But I still want a girl.
Still want a girl.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I too. I feel the same way. I want to. I do want to bring a kid into. I feel like I need to.
You need to.
I feel like I have to.
I feel the same way too. I feel the same way too.
I do feel
It is because these women out here is taking this jab. So
I love that you refer to the shot as a jab.
Right? You don't know what's going into their bodies.
That's true though.
Oh yeah.
You think that's gonna have an effect on women having kids? So?
I do. I read a few things because if you look, what's happening right now, a lot of women who even pregnant, they go and they take the vaccine and they're having spontaneous abortions.
What?
They're losing their children. Yes, they're having miscarriages, full term miscarriages.
So now I gotta when I meet a young lady, I'm like, did you take the vaccine?
You gotta.
That's the first thing.
You gotta ask her for.
That's the first thing.
And you gotta break it down. Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson.
Oh
yeah. What'd you do?
Because they recalled that Johnson & Johnson.
Which one did you take? That's crazy. That's the world. That's the world we live in now.
I didn't think about that.
It's really you have to consider that now. Yeah. And some people not really. I thought about all this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So some people ain't really like keen on telling you their information. So you gotta be like, I took Pfizer vaccine. Which one did you take? And then once she tell you, you gotta like, oh no, wait a minute.
Wow. I learned from Z.
Very smart. Very smart.
Right?
Very
That's the only way people talk nowadays.
Telling you.
Very
you reveal
smart.
something spicy,
right?
And then they get right back to you even more spicy.
Let me tell you.
I learned something new.
Spicy.
I learned something new.
But I mean, kids are the future, so like you can't stop, producing them, right?
Right.
No, I think you need to have this child. Like
I need to hurry up.
Yeah.
And hurry up.
Yeah, we need more people like you.
You hear that, ovaries? Let's get it going.
Are you currently dating right now?
Oh.
Put you on the spot.
There's silence.
I'm gonna turn around.
I am officially off the market.
Yeah.
You're off the market.
I'm off the market.
So you gotta go through your phone and let other girls know.
No. You should have been supporting me and listening to the podcast.
Facts. You want to know the answer?
You didn't
Listen
support
to the
me.
podcast.
It's all in the music. It's all in the podcast.
That's it.
Right?
Let them know.
Find the information
They didn't
yourself.
like it. They didn't like it on Instagram.
That's fine. It's okay. You don't like it. I can't help you.
Nah.
Shout out to you. You know who
You know who you are. Exactly.
No names.
I did that before in the video. Said he know who he is.
Exactly. Exactly. You know who you
Keep
are.
looking for clues in my videos. Ain't gonna find none.
Now they really gonna listen like, wait a minute. Is this line for me? Oh no.
He talking about me. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Started trouble.
But you know, some people watch this podcast and think that you're talking about them.
Always. It's always about them.
My goodness.
They live in a
Always.
fantasy world.
Literally. Everything is about them.
If they hear a song that I do, it's just like, are you? That was about us, right? You talking
You
about?
love me?
Yeah, I was talking about you.
Sure, you're right.
Yeah, I was. And sometimes I do like to pull from the emotion. So like if I have a moment with a young lady, then that does inspire the music. So I technically am talking about that individual, but I'm not directly. It's like a general statement. You know, I'm generalizing, but the influence is pulled from our moment. You know what I mean? So it's tricky. It's tricky.
So you use people.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
He does. Oh, you know more about him than everybody else.
I sure do.
Yeah, why not?
I think everyone uses somebody at some point.
It's not a negative thing though. It's the energy. It's that moment because I'm so. If that moment was magical, I want to hold on to it. So when I want to tap into that feeling, if it's an emotional song like that, I need that moment.
No, absolutely.
For that real, it feels more real like that. So
Kelly, what'd you say? It's not. When you say you use people, it's not a bad thing or something like that.
No, if your intentions is good, no. Everyone uses everybody.
yeah,
No.
to a degree. It's I think it has a bad connotation to it. It's not like taking advantage or anything.
So I don't feel so bad anymore.
Oh, wait a minute. What's your situation? We need some clarity.
Let's leave it as that.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's only your podcast.
Next.
so I have to ask you guys a question.
Yeah, sure.
Talking about me per se. Moving from the topic.
Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. We forgot about that. Yeah.
Asking for a friend.
The safety way.
Ask about
Asking
me.
for a friend.
All right. What's your views on long distance relationships?
Oh, you all right over there? You okay?
Good.
Hold your hands up. You gotta hold your hands up.
Do we have to bring this up right now?
I'm just, I'm asking for a friend.
Okay.
She, she said, she did text me and said,
Oh, so okay. I thought that was a jab at me.
No.
Oh, no,
okay.
no,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
Somebody guilty.
Oops, sorry, yeah.
right?
Go ahead.
See,
Go
there you
ahead.
go. It's about you.
I know. Sorry.
He talking about me.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Now I want to hear this.
I'll tell you later.
Like after the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that means you're not going to answer the question of the podcast?
I'll answer at some point.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's go.
This is the Kelly. Go ahead, Kelly.
How you feel about long distance relationships?
I wouldn't do it.
No.
No, because I like to see my mate. I like to see my spouse all the time.
Fair.
I like the intimacy. Now, if I gotta talk to you all the time on the phone, video chatting, it's just different. It's not too personal. You know, I want to see you all the time if I like you. If I like to be around you, I want to see you all the time, not just on the phone.
Right.
No.
That's fair.
Okay.
I've done a lot of those, so I'm okay with it. It can work. When you do meet up, it just makes it that much more spicier. So that's kind of fun. But like you got to find ways. You got to be more creative when it's long distance. You know, you have to really keep that romance going. You have to really like try hard.
Yes.
It's not as easy as if like, you know, you like, because what if their love language is like touch?
Right.
Right. Absolutely.
You're not filling their love tank like that. So you gotta, you know, get creative. Like you put your fingerprint on a envelope or something like that. You mail it to them.
Yeah.
You know, it's corny, but it works. You know, it's just like,
It's different, yeah.
he thought about me. He's touching my finger. You know, it's just nice. It's the little things, but yeah, it's difficult. It's not easy, and it's not fun. A lot of times it's not fun. It's just like, because you know, you do want those cuddles and stuff like that. You know. But when they're not there, it's just like, ooh, okay, well, I see you through a screen, like you said.
Yeah.
So it's difficult. But I do believe it can be done with the right people. But, you know, y'all just gotta, the communication is super important. Like, super important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at what point do you say this have to change? Like, we can't always be distant from each other.
When it starts to get serious, I guess someone has to make the move. Like, that's the pressure, I think, that comes with it. Like, are you going to move over here? Or I got to move over there, or something, you know?
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. It kind of, most of the time, it falls apart. When one person is like, all right, I've had enough of this.
It sounds like Catfish.
What do you mean?
Sounds like Catfish. You know the show Catfish?
Yeah.
So they're like long distance relationships. They don't see each other, and then finally somebody wants to meet the other person, and then you know the other person is not who they are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, I get that, but like, what if, you know, if you FaceTimed or something like your friend?
Yeah.
So, but I do understand what you're saying, but I don't know.
So how do you get serious? How do you move, like grow in that type of relationship?
I guess every time you visit the person, well, I'm talking to experience. So when you visit the person, and every time you know, everything's getting serious, you're getting more closer and closer. And then when it's time to leave and it's time to go, you're like, I can't deal with this anymore. Like you said, I mean, you want to see this person on an everyday basis, you know? So it's like, I got to wait till next month to come see you again, or whatever it is. So,
Right.
and then especially when as time goes on, you're getting older. You're like, okay, where is this really gonna go?
Right.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's like, you know, what are we doing here?
Right.